Good morning, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this week's Calorie Crush video. If I sound a bit froggy this morning, it's because it's 7:06 AM and you're the first people I've spoken to today, so my voice hasn't woken up yet. It is Tuesday and I'm recording this really early, simply because I got on the scales yesterday morning and then yesterday got away from me, as Mondays sometimes do. Yesterday escaped and I didn't get a chance to record this. So although I'm recording on Tuesday, the scales footage is for Monday. And I think we go into the food diary first. Last week we went into the food diary quite quickly, and I think that makes it easier for you to understand what the heck I'm talking about. So let's go and look at the food diary, and then we'll come back and see what I think of my week. It's another Monday, it's another breakfast. There's a van going past outside. This is Protein World waffles with 100 grams of strawberries, and I will put the calories on the screen for you. Mid-morning 11s is whatever you want to call it. I've got a flour and white bar. Well, I had it. It's gone. 92 calories for a flour and white raspberry crumble bar. Okay, it's Monday lunchtime. This is a Muscle Food buffalo chicken pizza. The entire pizza is 451 calories, and yes, I slightly overcooked it. I was doing other things. Then this is a huge salad, iceberg, sliced peppers, baby plum tomatoes, diced cucumber, grated carrot, and 26 grams of light mayonnaise. I'll put the calories on the screen for the main part. And then for dessert, I'm going to have this Everest vanilla protein pudding, which is about 160, I think. I think it works out 160 calories for the entire pot. I'll put that on the screen to be sure. For my evening meal at work, I had a Tesco meal deal, which was the hoisin duck wrap and the fruit. I also added a fried Turkish delight. That came in at 622 calories. And I had 24 grams of Walker's Wotsits for 125 calories. I missed a proper breakfast on Tuesday. I had a Skinny Crunch light raspberry bar, which isn't shown here. That was 66 calories. And then we went out for a roast dinner lunch, and my roast dinner came in at 925 calories. Aldi have two new flavours of these protein puddings. They have coffee, which I tried last week and was disgusting. And then they have strawberry, so I'm going to try strawberry today. It's about 160 calories for the... 149 for the pot. That's nice. It's basically strawberry blancmange. I took my own food to bingo, so this is Ryvita crisp breads. In the little green pot, I've got some of the Aldi pineapple and almond cheese. I took grapes, Wotsits, popcorn and a Dairy Milk little bar, and that all came in at 669 calories. I got home from bingo, I had a Time Out wafer bar for 106 calories. On Wednesday morning, I went to a cafe for breakfast and I had a bacon and egg sandwich, 459 calories. For lunch, I had a Subway turkey breast and ham salad with an additional poached egg. I always have sweet onion sauce and a little bit of light mayo. I also had a rainbow chocolate chip cookie, which I ate later, and that came to 623 calories. For my evening meal at work, I had a tin of Heinz tomato soup. I also had an Aldi sandwich thin with 20 grams of grated mozzarella in there, and I put that in the toaster and used that to dip. That came to 358 calories, and then for my dessert I had a caramel protein pudding for 160 calories. I also had a bag of popcorn, 65 calories. Breakfast on the go this morning. I've got a Tesco meal deal sandwich, 317 calories, and a meal deal apple and grape thing for 58 calories. My lunch is a roast chicken portion with boiled new potatoes. I used the gravy but not the sour cream dip, and this came in at 649 calories. However, I then blotted my copybook by having sticky toffee pudding with custard. I cannot find the clip for that. 600 calories. I had not tracked my lunch at the point when I went to work, and I was so convinced that it was over that all I had was Wotsits. This is a 25 gram, what's left in a bag, 25 grams, and it was 130 calories. And what that means is actually I ended up under calories for the day because I was so sure that I'd messed it all up. I had no breakfast on Friday. Instead, we went for an early lunch. I had Flaming Grill Pub's loaded crispy chicken strips with cheesy barbecue fries topping, and that came in at 1,113 calories. For my evening meal, I had this Farm Foods creamy cheese chicken and bacon pasta. It was surprisingly nice. I had very low expectations of it and I really enjoyed it. This came in at 406 calories for the bag. And then I had this piece of chocolate cake, which was 449 calories. And later in my shift, this salted caramel protein bar from Aldi for 215 calories. And that actually took me over my calories for the day. On Saturday, I literally didn't track anything. I didn't have breakfast, but we went to Cosmo for lunch. I didn't track anything out of Cosmo. It's an all-you-can-eat buffet. I had lots to eat. I didn't track any of it. And then when I went to Bingo in the evening, I had a chicken skewer with chips and barbecue sauce and gravy. And I didn't track any calories that day at all. On Sunday morning, instead of our usual breakfast, we had McDonald's, and this was a double sausage and egg McMuffin with a hash brown, 678 calories. I didn't eat again until I got to work, and then I had another one of those chicken and bacon pasta meals from Farm Foods because I'd enjoyed it so much the day before. So as I said, these are 406 calories. And then for some reason when I got home from work I completely lost my mind. I had an Everest chocolate pudding with squirty cream that came in at 208 calories. Then I had a flour and white lemon meringue bar for 99 calories, a Cadbury's Dairy Milk little bar for 96 calories, a Cadbury's Family Treat size flake bar for 105 calories, and a Skinny Dream Rocky Road bar for 70 calories. This made a total of 578 calories. What a load of rubbish, and yet I still came in under calories that day. So it's been a mixed bag, hasn't it, this week? I started off quite well. There were a couple of times when I thought I'd messed it up and hadn't. Sorry, phone binging. And then I had an odd weekend. Saturday was terrible. I mean, carb heavy, really carb heavy Saturday. I don't know if you have a Cosmo near you or if you've ever been to one, but it's an all-you-can-eat international buffet. It has things like roast dinners and... But not a roast dinner as an English person would see it. But it has roasted meats and some vegetables that you can have with that. And then there are Italian options, pasta and pizza. And there are Chinese options and Indian options and sushi and a dessert smorgasbord. And it was a bit of a spur-of-the-moment thing to go there. On Friday night, we were sitting around, me and Tammy and Tamsin and Natalie, we were all feeling a bit gloomy and a bit like, oh, what should we do tomorrow? Because the weather's been so changeable. And it's been very difficult to make any plans. And we thought we'd like to do something together as a four. And we didn't quite know what. And we tossed up various ideas. Should we go to the cinema? No, we looked through the cinema listings. There was nothing we all wanted to see. And should we go here? No, we did that last week. And should we go there? No, we've done that. No. And we've done all of the things. We've done all of the things. And then Tammy, this was about 11 o'clock on Friday night, and Tammy was hungry, and this is what prompted her to say, let's go to Cosmo. And she wasn't implying we should go then, but obviously it was the empty stomach that prompted her to say it. And we thought, we haven't been to Cosmo for ages. We used to go for every birthday. We used to go every time one of us had a birthday, we'd go to Cosmo, and I think we overdid it, and that was why we hadn't been for ages. But we hadn't actually been for about a year or more. So we thought we would go to Cosmo on Saturday, and off we went. And it was... I just didn't count. I didn't have any breakfast before we went, but I did not count anything that happened on Saturday. I didn't count calories, I didn't film anything, and as you've just seen from the food diary, there's a space. But there were also a couple of times in the week when I had the odd blip as well. And although I was within calories, I am aware, how could I not be aware, that some of the foods I eat are not healthy? Of course I'm aware. You keep telling me as if I was stupid and might not know. But I do know. I just do it anyway. Okay? In the same way that when an alcoholic has a drink and they know it's stupid, they do it anyway. In the same way that when somebody gives up smoking and then 3 weeks later goes, I'll just have one, they know it's stupid and they do it anyway. Doesn't mean I need telling that what I'm eating isn't good. Doesn't mean I need telling at all. I already know. So yeah, there were a few blips in the week, but then there were some really strong, good, well-behaved meals as well. And I didn't hold out much hope for getting on the scales, to be honest. I was like, no, I've blown it. I've had such a rough weekend. Too many carbs the weekend, I thought. I've blown it. Well, let's go and jump on the scales and see if I had blown it, shall we? Okay, Monday, here we go. It's 311.6. I round that up to 312. That's a £0.5 off, and I'm very happy to have that £0.5 off because, as I said, I was almost expecting a gain. It would have been nice
to have had a stronger week and to come in with a decent weight loss, especially after a maintain last week. But at least we're not going in the wrong direction. At least I'm not putting it back on. And maybe I've got Cosmo out of my system now a bit. I've had some food that I've enjoyed this week that I hadn't expected to. As I said in the food diary, the chicken and bacon pasta from Farm Foods. It's cheesy chicken and bacon pasta. The bits of chicken are a bit few and far between. Those meals, I think they were three for something. I'm not sure if they were £3 for £5, £3 for £6, or £3 for £7. They might have been £3 for £7. Even if they were £3 for £7, that top end price, that's £2.33 each, and I think that's really good value actually for that meal. I don't think that was bad at all. They go in the microwave for 7 minutes, which means they're ideal for me to take to work. And I actually really enjoyed it, so I was glad I bought 3 of those. And the Muscle Foods pizza that I had as well was surprisingly nice, although I should have read the words buffalo chicken and thought that'll be a bit hot. And it was a little bit hot for me. I had to have the mayonnaise on the salad that took the heat factor down. I'm such a wimp when it comes to any kind of heat. But yeah, I think it's reining in the snackage again. I've had more snack blips this week, more kind of, as we've said before, when I'm fancying a little bar of chocolate, I find it very difficult to choose which one, and so I have both. Which is something I really do need to work on. The idea that I need to have both is not necessary. And I have found that those moments have come more often when I get in from work at night. I work until 10 PM most nights, and I have found it's when I walk in the door from work that I start opening the kitchen cupboards and go, what can I have as a little treat? I've finished work, almost a deserve thing. I've finished work, I've been to work, I've got through another shift, I deserve a little treat. Deserve. So I think I'm going to try coming in from work and just walking directly up the stairs instead of even bypassing to the kitchen. Try and avoid even getting there. Now I'm off to Bridgewater to see Caroline today. We're meeting up today, and there's nothing very taxing in that. You know, we usually have a pub lunch, but I can usually find something reasonable on the menu. So I'm quite fancying steak today. I think if we go somewhere there's a steak, I think I'm going to have a steak today. Steak in a jacket sounds nice. There's a lot of editing cuts in this video. I'm sorry, it's because I'm coughing. But nothing on the immediate horizon that should present a stumbling block, providing we don't all decide to go to an all-you-can-eat international buffet again. Nothing really, nothing in the way, nothing to trip me up at all. So this has been a short one because, as I said, I'm off to Bridgewater. I'm recording this at, like I said, it was 7:05 when I started, and I need to get edited and up before I can go out with the dogs, and I need to leave the house at 9:30. So I've got an hour and a quarter, 2 hours and a quarter. 2 hours and a quarter to get this edited, get it uploaded, get out with the dogs, get back and get on the road to go and see Caroline. So that's why this one may have seemed a little bit hurried. But thank you to all of you for tuning in and joining me along this. And yes, I know I need to look at what I'm eating as well as how much I'm eating. I am very aware of that. I will see you all next week with next week's calorie question. Let's hope I'm going down a bit further. Oh, just before I go, you may notice the end card has changed where I've got the little pictures of what I weighed. So at some point in the last few weeks, I messed up the figures on that. And I looked at those figures this morning. I thought, these aren't right. These don't make sense. So I think where the problems come in is when I'm converting from pounds to stone and back again, I'm mislaying some pounds along the way and messing it up. So I've decided that as I get on the scales and it shows me in pounds, I will just put it on the end card in pounds instead of trying to convert it, because then I can't get confused and wonder what I've done. So the end card now shows in exact pounds rather than stones and pounds. And that's it. I'll see you next week. Take care. Bye for now.